Well, hello there. I'm Jeannie. Welcome to Mimicraft, your home for all things creative and DIY on a budget. I make all the mistakes, so you don't have to. Now, if you like what you see today, don't forget to smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me a comment and tell me what you think about the video. And turn on the notification bell so you know every time I upload. Our first project is a shadow box. You'll need tumbling tower blocks from Dollar Tree, 32 of the natural color and 24 of the brown color. These all need to be the same size. You'll need wood glue, this is Dollar Tree's version, some hot glue, some natural color wood filler, and some twine. This is to fashion a hanger on the back. If you prefer to purchase a hanger, I recommend a sawtooth hanger. Glue together 4 sets of 8 blocks in this pattern. Don't forget to wipe off any excess glue on both the back and the front sides. Let the glue set up a little bit before you flip it over. I didn't, and well, there you go. This is optional but highly recommended to use some wood filler to fill in all the little cracks and seams. I like to use a damp t-shirt to accomplish this. Then I use a clean portion of the rag to wipe away all the excess, which saves me a whole lot of sanding later on. When they're completely dry, I recommend that you stack them up together, tape them together so they're very even, and that will enable you to sand all the edges. Now tape them the opposite way and sand the other sides. Using a sanding block, now you can sand each individual side separately, or if you're really lucky and you have one of these sanders, all of it will go much more quickly. Glue 2 L shapes skinny side up with the block sets. When these have both dried, spin one around, glue them together to create a cube. I used a couple rubber bands to help me with the drying process, but be very careful that everything's lined up while the rubber bands are on. Once that's dry, now you can fill in all the remaining cracks and crevices with wood filler. Here I am removing all the excess wood filler, followed up with some sanding. Next you'll glue 12 brown blocks on one of the corners. Just follow the video so you can see the order in which they're glued and which edges need to match up. This is how it'll look from the side. Glue on a second layer to the first 2 sets of blocks that you put on. Glue the last layer directly to the box. Repeat with the opposite corner. I had a piece of tile left from another project. This is the Dollar Tree tile. So I just traced it and cut it out and glued it to the back in that opening. And here I am placing the glue on the wrong side. To create a hanger, cut a piece of twine that goes past the paper and just hot glue either end. What you first do is you hot glue it down, hold it down till it dries, and then flood it with hot glue after that. You can make it even stronger by putting a piece of masking tape over the glue while it's still hot. This is how mine turned out. Now let's change it up a little bit. I chose the color Celery from Waverly Chalk Paint and painted all the brown box this color. Then I changed the backing to this wallpaper, also available at Dollar Tree. And here's the result. Honestly, I like this one a whole lot better. As you can see, I changed the orientation so that I could now place something in the little opening. There it is, little candle. Our second project today is a lantern. You'll need 4 of these wedding photo frames and some E6000 or other brand adhesive that will work on plastic. Remove the backs from all of these frames as we won't be using them. Reattach the glass to each frame with a little bit of hot glue. That way didn't hold. Try this way. Repeat for the other 3 frames. And please do not use hot glue to attach these frames into a rectangle. Now use your heavy-duty glue to attach these into a rectangle. Put some weight on these and allow them to dry overnight. Now you could call it done right here if you want to, but that would be boring. So I took the same leftover tile from the last project and I traced around the backs so that I could put inserts to replace the glass. Honestly, it would have been better if I had traced the glass. I had to trim these down a little bit after, but you get the gist. Now you can hold these in with a little bit of glue or tape. but I found they fit in pretty tight just by putting them in there, so that's what I did. Now this could be the end, but oh no, it's not. I used a craft knife to trim some of this dotted edge of the tile to place all the way around each frame. Because the frames are plastic, I used E6000 to glue this stuff all the way around. And you'll see in just a little bit that I was actually able to place the little bit of trim over the seams so that they didn't show. Off camera, I also placed trim on the top and the bottom, and this is how it turned out. And of course, as you see it here, I'm just using it as a vase. The lantern's coming. Now let's go back in time when there was a little less glue on her fingers and a lot less frustration. With the glass removed from the frames, you can paint them, and I chose to paint them in the color celery like we did with the other project. But as I painted, I thought those seams are not going to fly. Enter our hero, wood filler. Fortunately, I decided this before I painted, so I went ahead and added filler just about everywhere. You add what you want to add. I'm anal retentive, so I added it absolutely everywhere. Now we can finish painting. I decided to distress this with plaster paint because the quality of these, not terrific. I used a very dry stencil brush so that I could have some control. It did a lot of layers till I got it the way I wanted it to look. You do you and do as much as you like. I used the same wallpaper as before, and this time I got smart and I traced the glass in order to make my little cutouts. But those are for a little later. To make this a lantern, I reinstalled the glass and secured it with some hot glue. And here it is. And just to be safe, I recommend a battery-operated candle. And here I am gluing in with hot glue the wallpaper that we cut out for this before. Oh no, Mimi down! And here she is. This is my favorite of all the iterations. I really love it. Here she is with a hairdo. That highlighting with the plaster color paint made all the difference, really hit a lot of the flaws and make them look intentional. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments which of these is your favorite or which iteration is your favorite. Until the next one, bye!